Assalamu alaikum students. I am Dr. Farida Akhtar, Assistant Professor, Department of Biochemistry at the Women's Medical College. Today we shall discuss about another important topics from our second card, food, nutrition, vitamins and minerals. Today we will discuss about iron metabolism. Total iron content of the body is 4 to 5 gram, and this 4 to 5 gram iron is distributed into 4 forms. Number 1, hemoglobin. Number 2, storage iron as ferritin or hemosiderin. Number 3, myoglobin and intracellular heme containing enzymes. And number 4, plasma iron bound with a protein called transferrin. Now come about hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is about 65 to 70%. And then number 2, storage iron as ferritin and hemosiderin. It is about 25 to 30%. Then number 3, it is myoglobin and intracellular heme containing enzymes. And the amount is 5% of the total iron content of the body. And number 4 is plasma iron bound with a protein called transferrin, and it is 0 to 1% of the total iron content of the body. Now come how this iron is absorbed and stored in our body. We know that ferric form of dietary iron is reduced to ferrous form in stomach by gastric hydrochloric acid and vitamin C. Then ferrous iron is absorbed into the enterocyte, where it is again oxidized to ferric form by ceruloplasmin. In enterocyte, ferric iron binds with apoferritin and stored as ferritin. From enterocyte, this ferritin form of iron is released and again reduced to ferrous form, followed by its absorption to plasma. In plasma, it is again oxidized to ferric form by ceruloplasmin and transported with transferrin. From transferrin, iron is released and again reduced to ferrous form and incorporated into hemoglobin, myoglobin and other heme containing enzymes. Alternatively, ferrous iron released from transferrin goes to the storage site. In a storage site, it is again oxidized to ferric form and stored as ferritin or hemosiderin. This is how iron is absorbed and stored in our body. Now come about the iron balance. We all know that balance is maintained when intake is equal to output. And iron intake per day is 1 to 2 milligram per day, and output is again 1 to 2 milligram per day. Now how this intake of iron occur? That means the dietary source of iron. We can get the dietary source of iron from both animal source and plant sources. From animal source we get the heme iron, that is the ferrous form. Example, egg, meat, fish, liver, etc. And from vegetables we get the non-heme portion of iron, that is the ferric form. And the example is leafy vegetables, green banana, guava, pulse, cereals. So these are the dietary sources of iron. That means we can get iron from both animal source and vegetable source, among which animal source is the better form of iron. Now come the routes of iron excretion. Iron can be excreted from our body through 3 routes. Number 1, desquamation of skin. Number 2, through fecal route. Through fecal route by desquamation of intestinal epithelial cells. And number 3, in case of female, the menstrual loss of blood. And 1 ml blood loss is equivalent to 0.5 gram iron loss. These are how the routes of iron excretion from our body. Now come the Actual iron requirement. For men and non-menstruating women, 1 milligram per day. For menstruating women, it is about 1.5 to 2 milligram per day. And in case of pregnancy and lactation, the amount will more, that is 2.5 milligram per day. This is the actual iron requirement of our body. But there is another requirement, that is the dietary requirement of iron. As it is, we know that the dietary requirement is 10 times more than the actual requirement, because only 10% iron is absorbed from the dietary source. The dietary requirement of iron, it is about 10 times of the actual requirement, because only 10% of iron is absorbed from the dietary source. Adult male, so the dietary requirement will be 10 to 20 milligram per day. In adult female, it is about 15 to 30 milligram per day, and in case of pregnancy and lactation, it is about 40 milligram per day. That means dietary requirement will be 10 times more than the actual requirement, as only 10% of the dietary iron is absorbed in our body. Then come the factors regulating iron absorption in our body. The first factor will be the iron demand of the body and mucosal block. Iron is absorbed into the mucosal cells, that means the enterocytes, and accumulated intracellularly as ferritin by binding with apoferritin. Then iron leaves the mucosal cell via a transport protein called ferroprotein. But if only there is free transferrin available in plasma to bind with the absorbed iron. Transferrin, once saturated with iron, no more iron from the enterocytes can be absorbed to blood, rather iron loaded enterocytes are shed into intestinal lumen and eventually lost through the fecal route. In case of increased body iron demand, low transferrin saturation will increase iron absorption, whereas in case of decreased body iron demand, iron absorption decreases. So, iron absorption is regulated at the level of mucosal cells depending on the body need, and this is known as mucosal block. In anemia, growth period, pregnancy and lactation, body iron demand increases, leading to increased iron absorption. The second factor is the state of iron store in our body. Iron absorption increases if iron store is depleted or decreases in our body. Similarly, iron absorption decreases if iron store in our body is normal or above normal. Number 3 factor is the state of erythropoiesis in bone marrow. Iron absorption increases if erythropoiesis increases, and it is irrespective of the state of body iron store. Then number 4 factor is the recent iron intake. Recent bolus amount of iron intake will decrease the iron absorption for several days. Then number 5 is the form of iron. Ferrous form of iron is better absorbed than the ferric form of iron. And the number 6 factor is the presence of gastric hydrochloric acid and other reducing agents like vitamin C. This gastric hydrochloric acid and vitamin C convert the ferric form of iron to ferrous form, and we know that the ferrous form increases the absorption of iron. These are all of the factors that regulate the iron absorption in our body. Now come the causes of iron deficiency. The cause of iron deficiency may be the hookworm infestation, then malnutrition, repeated pregnancy, chronic blood loss, subtotal gastrectomy, and alcoholhydria. These are all about iron metabolism. Thank you all students for your patient hearing. Assalamu alaikum.